Hello you guys, my name is Josh. I'm a crochet artist and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we'd talk about a few different types of materials that I use in a couple of my projects and maybe give you guys ideas on the types of materials that you can use on your projects. First up, we have something called a Polypropylene Macrame Chord. I know that's a big ass word, but it's called Polypropylene Macrame Chord. Polypropylene is a type of material that this type of macrame cord comes in. I use it for a lot of different types of bag projects, things that are gonna need something that's very strong. I use it for my purses and handbags and things of that nature because I do not have to line them on the inside. It's a very strong material, so it's perfect for things like bags. I also like using it for certain things like granny squares because I feel like it adds a little bit of texture. It gives your project maybe a little bit of shine, but it also gives it that little bit of extra that it needs, I think personally. This macrame cord also comes in other type of materials. So this is a cotton macrame cord and you can use it for plenty of things such as like bags. I wouldn't recommend using this for wearables or things that are gonna rub up against the skin, especially the polypropylene. It's more of a plastic in that sort of sense, so that wouldn't really feel good on the skin. So using it for things that are gonna hold weight or things that you need for a good structure, or if you don't want to line your bags, I feel like this is a really good and fun material to work with. Next is also another favorite kind of yarn of mine. This is a t-shirt yarn. This specific brand, I really like working with it because it's really soft. This is a polyester t-shirt yarn, so it feels like that really soft t-shirt fabric is the best way to explain it. It gives your project a really awesome chunky looking texture to it. I like using it for bigger things like bags. This is a backpack that I made with t-shirt yarn. I used a crochet bottom and then I worked up a body. I also added some straps, a flap, and then also this awesome cute little pocket that's in front. I added this magnetic clasp to it as well to hold it together. And then this is how the inside sort of looks. Don't be judging me up here. Like, I know, you can see a little bit, but this is mine. I really like working with this type of yarn when I have to make big projects like this. So I think it really adds this awesome fun texture to your project as well. It's also a really strong material that you don't really have to line. I don't line a lot of the bags that I make. If you want to line this is very easy to sew into. It's really soft even though it's really chunky, but I usually recommend single stranding. If you want to double strand your product, keep in mind this yarn could be a little bit on the heavier side, so it will add a little bit of weight to your product. Making a bag of this size, it's barely even a pound even with the crochet bottom to it. I use this for my laptop and to carry other accessories like that, like my iPod and my whips. Maybe you can make a bag to hold your current whips and things that you can lug around with, so people can see you crocheting. They can be like, oh my god, where'd you get that bag? And you can be like, I made it. All right, so this is actually another fun material that I like to use. This is something called tape yarn. It's a polyester flat sort of yarn that works up and gives your projects this basket weave sort of look. I made this iPhone sock and this hat with this kind of material. It's really soft. It adds this really awesome texture to your project. It gives it sort of that basket weave look to your project. I like to use it for things like bucket hats because it's very nice, light, and soft on the skin. This is also a good material that's good to use for certain wearables and accessories. I was actually looking for something called raffia paper yarn, and Amazon actually made a mistake and sent me this yarn. Luckily, I kept it and I decided to make a hat with it and explore other areas, so I'm really happy that this was sort of a mistake. Some people call this ribbon. The actual material of this is polyester as well, so it's nice and soft, but Amazon puts it under as tape yarn, so the link in the description will say that. But this is a really fun material to work with. As you can see, I made an iPhone sock from it, so I really had fun with it. All right, and as I previously mentioned, we have this raffia paper yarn. Exactly, raffia paper yarn. So this is a flat kind of material that is made out of, I think it's made out of a husk or some type of husk or whatever, but ultimately at the end of the day, it's categorized as paper. When you unravel and open it up, this is how it actually looks, but it's best to work with it like this. When you work with it, it works up like this. It gives your project this awesome basket weave look to it. This is also another material I wouldn't recommend using for something that's gonna touch the skin. This is also a really good material for bags. When you work it up, it's extremely strong and durable. So that's the nice thing. Although it's sort of flimsy when you're working with it in this form, it's really strong when you work it up. I would recommend making sort of like a tote bag or a market bag. I wouldn't really recommend a hat unless you're trying to aim for like the straw hat sort of like look, but this is a really rough material and it doesn't feel good on the skin. It also is a little rough to work with, so you have to keep that in mind. Maybe wear like a thin glove or something with it. I'm not really sure, but I'm not really a fan of working with this material. This is really one of the only things I've made with it, but I've seen some beautiful work made with raffia paper on YouTube, so please check out some other channels as well. All right, last we have wool or wool-esque kind of yarn. This is a Lion Brand yarn, and this is 80% acrylic and only 20% wool, but I love working with this as well. It does give that wool sort of texture and look. I'm sorry, I don't have a finished project with this on me right now, but this can make awesome hats, chunky blankets, chunky scarves, chunky sweaters, chunky everything. I love working with this. I made a cowl with this. I have a short on my profile showing this. I love using this to make those sort of cozy projects. Although this is mostly acrylic, this is 20% wool, and it gives that really wool kind of feel. So this will make an awesome cozy blanket. It works up really fast. So if you have a project that you need to make fast, definitely consider sort of a chunkier wool kind of yarn like this. All right, but that's all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed some of the things that I showed you. Definitely sound off in the comments and let me know what other types of materials that you use or you guys like using on your products. And definitely let me know if there's something that you want to see me use in the future. Until then, I appreciate you guys. Definitely drop a like, subscribe, and until next time, crochet love.